let's get into this Funky Dineva tea. So apparently Funky Dineva out here being messy and the people was dragging him. It's getting mixed reviews. Like there's some people that understand what he was doing and all this other stuff. And then there was some people that was trying to, read him for being what they felt was insensitive, especially the video that he put out on his show. You remember the story? Well, for those of you who are not familiar, I'll refresh your memory real quick. So, Tamar went and posted something on social media that she had woken up in a pool of blood. She was missing 4 teeth. She had a broken nose. So Funky was like, oh, she hit him up and asked for Dr. Heavenly's number or whatever the case is, so that way she can get, I guess, new veneers or whatever the case in her mouth. And he was asking, like, what you need her number for? Like, what's going on with, like, you just woke up and had no teeth? Like he didn't know what was going on. And so people was wondering, why is he jumping on the show and saying all the stuff that he's been saying about her? And he was basically saying, like, he was minding his business like he always does. And then all of a sudden he got dragged into some stuff that he said had nothing to do with me. I wasn't like, once we went out, it was, I guess, for his birthday or whatever the case is. He said they took an Uber back to her house. She went upstairs, I guess, with some people who was there with her, and then him and James Knox went and ended up going out somewhere. And so after that, he don't know what happened until the next morning. He woke up to some text messages where Tamar was talking about how, this thing that she said, and then to the point where she posted something on social media. I think it was on her stories, and people started dragging him into it because they seen the videos of them two hanging out. So because Funky Dineva is a famous YouTuber, of course people are gonna go dragging him into the stuff. So with that being said, then why the fucking first thing I open is Little Nas X butt naked walking down the street? um that story we actually have coming up next. So I don't want to get caught up in that whole situation right now. But I was like, let me go find the Funky Dineva thing. Okay, I got it. So with all that being said, he went and posted this video, which I found on the Twitter. I didn't want to go back on YouTube and try to find that episode again. But luckily enough, I ended up finding it over on the Twitter. So hold on as I pull that story up, because I'm a one-man band, and we'll come back and talk. Please hold.
Let me just go ahead and get this out the way, okay, before we even get to the top of the show. I don't know what happened to the lady. Okay, for those of y'all that know, I'm talking about Tamar Braxton. I don't know what happened to the lady.
We went out. What night that was? We went out. Saturday night. We went out Saturday night. We went to the Roof Chris. We ate. We had a good time. She was like, let's turn up for your birthday. We went down to the V12. Shouts out to Vinny and all the people at V12. That's the video y'all saw. Or whatever, with us walking in. They're making a whole lot of noise. We left there. We all got in the car together. The car dropped us off at Tamar house. I didn't go upstairs. I went to my car. I went and met James Knox at BJ Rooster, and I came home. The next day when I woke up, I had a text message from Tamar at 10 in the morning that said, can you give me Dr. Heavenly phone number? I didn't think anything of it because people ask me for Dr. Heavenly phone number all the time. And it's typically when people have an emergency veneer situation. I did not think anything of it. People ask me for her number all the time. And then the next thing I know, folks is sending me this thing on the internet where the lady said she almost died and she was laying in a pool of blood. And I know some of y'all are going to be committed to thinking I'm lying, and y'all going to be committed to thinking I'm biased. And y'all are going to be committed to thinking I'm covering up something. And I promise you, I swear to God on my mother, I don't know what happened.
Okay, so that's basically it so far in regards of what he had to say about that whole situation. So now let's take a trip over to his Instagram where he posted this mess. I don't know if you can see it. Hold on, let me put it back on the old thing. Wait, how do I? Oh, I guess I'm just gonna have to leave it where it was. So yeah, he posted this little situation up there and posted the following. He said, wait, hold on, do I have it? He said, please be on the lookout. Suspect is considered armed and dangerous. Funky Dineva is wanted for possibly slipping something in Tamar's drink and giving her drugs, not being concerned about her well-being and calling her that lady, despite the fact that it's how he speaks in his Miami vernacular. Being a messy sissy, running to the internet to tell the goings on of the night, despite the fact that Tamar revealed that she was injured first. People saw the video of the two of them together the previous night and started accusing him of doing something nefarious. So he only said he didn't know what happened to that lady because he was being accused and everyone was asking, which is definitely what he did. So that was like a damn if you do and damn if you don't situation. I'm literally telling y'all I had nothing to do with what was going on with Tamar, and y'all was accusing me of stuff. So that's why I spoke out. So if I didn't say nothing, you still would have dragged him. But then I say something and you drag me. So like I said, you can't win at all with these people. Y'all will find a reason to just come down on somebody, and then you don't like the answer because you was out here spreading the lie, and then you get mad. So then they also went on to say clout chasing, trying to sacrifice Tamar to join the Illuminati. That's always a go-to with black folks. I'm about tired of y'all with that bullshit. Y'all always talk about the Illuminati and you're drinking the blood and big. I'm like, y'all ain't never been up in no entertainment celebrity situation. That's always the first thing y'all run to. Another person said, I mean, no, not another person. This is still from Dineva. Stealing Miss Evelyn, her mother's identity, and collecting her Social Security benefits. Now, that's a new one. I did not hear that tea, unless y'all was saying that up in the damn comments. Who said that? Tasha K? Who couldn't wait to get her bald-headed ass up on the internet and talk about this mess. I seen that video. Not, I didn't watch it, but when I was looking for a picture to create in regards to the heading with the Dineva situation, I ended up seeing that was in the thing. So then I realized I had a photo of him and Tamar that I created and I threw it in my trash, but I took it, luckily I didn't empty out the trash. So I took it out and then I'll probably pull it up after this. Okay, so then they say vandalizing Tamar vehicles, stealing Tamar laptop with unreleased music on his hard drive. Now that's a Beyonce shit. He is also wanted for whatever else y'all can connect between now and close of business Monday, August 25th, 2025. Funky Dineva was last spotted in Miami Beach doing some rich people's shit while simultaneously trying to evade the authorities. If you see him, you should call the blogs immediately. And funny enough, when he was saying all that, I ain't gonna hold you. I did cackle. But I totally understand. It's like, look, if I can't beat them, I'm gonna join in on the mess because regardless of what I say or regardless of what I do, y'all going to put me in it regardless. So I can sit up in here and tell y'all I had nothing to do with the situation, and you'll still put me in the drama. And I'm trying to avoid the drama, but you have to realize that unfortunately, this comes with the territory. When you are a YouTuber and you talk of celebrity news and gossip, that if you hang out with certain celebrities, if you do something, even if you was just hanging out and being like, okay, I don't get caught up in that extra mess. I don't be up in here sharing and doing all kinds of crazy drugs with people. Like once if we hanging out or whatever the case is, okay, my feet hurt, my back hurt, my knees hurt. Yeah, I'm getting at that age. I'm in my 40s. Everything be hurting now. So I'm at the point now, it's 11 o'clock, it's 12 o'clock. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go home. I don't want to be out here 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Those days is over. Unless if I was working in nightlife and I need to be out that late, then it's like, or if I'm hosting an event or something like that, then I could be like, okay, I'm out that late, and you paying good coins. But other than that, it's like, the only reason why you will see me out in these parts is for monetary reasons or whatever the case is. But then people jumped in the comments, and some people were mixed on what they said. So one person said, knowing Miss Funky Dineva probably wrote this while on that yacht sipping his birthday cocktail tickles me all the more. And he responded to it. But yeah, it was his birthday. I think he turned 42, if I'm not mistaken. Another person said this was a lose-lose situation. You spoke your piece on it and it was an issue. Had you not said anything, it still would have been he too quiet, so he must be hiding something. Protect your mental, Dineva. This fame-ish ain't for the weak. And to be accused of trying to off someone is top-tier bananas. Wishing you well. Another person said you didn't even want to go put out Wait, you didn't even want to go out after dinner. This is the funny thing about all this. You were perfectly fine going home, and now look, shenanigans. So, um, another person said they were glad he found humor in the whole situation. So the funny thing is, a lot of people seem to be teamed on even in his comments. One person said, "Child, how much he gonna take from our Kamala fund to get him out, y'all? We can't put the house up. Nah, we done worked too hard. Another person, I blame her for this mess. You're innocent. So, um, a lot of people tend to, do all that other mess, and so who knows how much we got left in the fume fund. So that's some inside jokes or whatever that they do with the show, because he always says how much we're going to dig into the fund to to help out with people fumes and all that other stuff. So it's like an ongoing joke or whatever that they do on the show. So for the most part, I'll say this. Um, I'm messy in that way too, where it's like, um, if you're gonna put me in some mess, I'm gonna just be just as messy in the whole situation, because I'm like, okay, you hoes ain't gonna believe me any damn way. So if I can't beat them, I'm gonna join them. And if y'all think it's me being petty, that's just some old Miami stuff. That's what they do down there. We can be just as messy in New York too. But shout out to Dineva. Tamar hasn't said anything about this. I think the only thing that will probably be even more crazier with this is like, he's having fun, and some people think that he's having fun at her expense. But for the most part, my thing would be like, how does she feel about this situation? Because you up in here dragging me in some mess, and I know some people be like, well, consider her feelings, whatever the case was. Because, I mean, she ain't drag him into the conversation. People just did a whole guilt by association based off a video they saw of them hanging out the night before all of this mess hit the fan. So, I say all this to say, what do you guys think of this story regarding Funky Dineva and Tamar Braxton, him having a, fun at her expense, I guess is what some people will say. So whatever your thoughts are on this matter, let me know what your thoughts are on this comment. Well, let me know what your thoughts are on this in the comments down below.